In the frosty land of Antarctica, there lived a group of penguins who were known for their grace and elegance. They always dressed in their finest black and white tuxedos and waddled around with perfect poise. Among them, however, was a very different kind of penguin named Tacky. Tacky was not like the other penguins. Instead of waddling gracefully, Tacky had a habit of marching to the beat of his own drum. He wore a brightly colored Hawaiian shirt and loud floral shorts. While the other penguins dove sleekly into the water, Tacky would perform a clumsy belly flop, creating big splashes and lots of laughter. Tacky's fellow penguins often shook their heads at his odd behavior. They wondered why he couldn't be more like them, refined and graceful. But Tacky didn't seem to mind. He loved being himself and enjoyed every quirky moment of his day. One day, while the penguins were all enjoying their morning swim, a group of hunters arrived at the edge of the ice. The hunters were looking to capture some penguins for zoo, and they approached quietly with nets ready. The elegant penguins were so synchronized in their movements that they didn't notice the danger approaching. Tacky, on the other hand, was busy trying to balance a fish on his nose, which made him wobble and squawk loudly. His antics caught the attention of the hunters, who burst out laughing at the silly sight. Tacky's loud squawks and unpredictable movements confused the hunters, and they decided to watch rather than capture. As Tacky continued his comedic routine, the other penguins quickly realized what was happening. They whispered among themselves and devised a plan. They started mimicking Tacky's antics, wobbling, squawking, and belly flopping into the water. The entire colony of penguins turned into a chaotic, hilarious scene that left the hunters in stitches. The hunters, unable to catch a single penguin in the midst of the madness, finally gave up and left, still chuckling at the memory of Tacky's performance. Once the hunters were gone, the penguins returned to their normal behavior, but now with a newfound appreciation for their quirky friend. "Tacky, you saved us," one of the penguins exclaimed. The other penguins nodded in agreement. They realized that Tacky's uniqueness was a strength, not a weakness. From that day on, they embraced Tacky's differences and even joined in his silly antics from time to time. They understood that it was Tacky's individuality that made their colony special and brought joy to their lives. And so, in the icy land of Antarctica, the penguins lived happily, celebrating both their elegance and Tacky's wonderfully unique spirit.